Hey, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Tracy and this is A Girl with Plans. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you how I've updated my 2023 planner lineup. All right, so as you can see, I have a whole stack of planners here. Some of these are the planners that I've Franken-planned along with the original planners, so that way I can kind of show you what I'm using. I will say I have made some changes at the beginning of March. If you guys check out my Plan With Me videos, I've kind of discussed some of that, but I've pretty much changed or moved around some of the planners that I used for almost all the areas of my life except for one. The one thing that has stayed the same is my social media planner, and that one is this one. This is the Tiny Florals Dashboard Planner. So I use this. I have a dedicated planner for social media planning, just because this kind of stays in my office area. So I just felt like it was easier to just have a single planner dedicated to that versus Franken-planning this with another planner. So basically I just use the dashboard layout. It's working for me. I kind of write my to-dos and stuff over here, and then I kind of write anything that's like scheduled social media related over here. It's pretty simple and straightforward. I have printed out some inserts that I found on Etsy that kind of help me stay focused as far as social media related goals and things of that nature. But other than that, this has pretty much stayed consistent, and this is the only planner that has stayed consistent. So I'm going to go ahead and move that aside. And I will say I love the dashboard layout, so I will always find a way to have that planner in my lineup. All right, so my second planner. This is my catch-all planner plus my goals planner. So if you caught my 2023 initial planner lineup, then you know that I decided to do a goals planner for this year. That's kind of a way for me to keep track of all of my goals and make sure that I'm actually staying on top of them and they don't really get placed on the back burner because life gets busy and sometimes you lose track of things that you definitely wanted to accomplish at the beginning of the year. I will say what I was using for goals was not working. So I definitely changed that up. But before I get to that, let's talk about my catch-all. So at the beginning of the year, I decided to use a vertical. This is the Blushing It vertical planner. It's an 18-month planner. All of the planners I bought, like you're going to see a lot of them. I will tell you, I bought all of them when they were on clearance. So I paid probably between $8 and $12 for each planner. Most of them were probably on the lower end, so toward the $8. So I did not spend a crazy amount on these planners, and I kind of just picked them up when they were on clearance. So that is the reason why I am a little bit more free to change my planners. I'm not going out and buying new planners because the original ones didn't work. I'm just using what I already had on my bookshelf. And because I had so many, that's kind of helped me change some things out. So for the vertical, I did not use the vertical last year. So that was definitely something that was kind of newer to me. I mean, it's just a basic vertical layout. Love this planner. It is very neutral, which is great for those like me who love to decorate. But I just found that it was a little intimidating for my life. Basically, I am not a super busy person. I do have a lot of stuff that I need to do on my 9-to-5 job, but my work, we use like Google Calendars a lot. So a lot of stuff gets posted there. And then the only thing that I typically transfer is like time sensitive stuff. So a lot of times this doesn't even get filled up with work. And then I have weekly chores, weekly appointments, and things like that. But I just couldn't figure out how to maximize this. So I figured, why not go back to my trusted and true teacher layout. I don't know the name of this one. Obviously, this is for last year. So it started in July of last year and it goes through, the summer of this year. But I really like the teacher layout. It's easy for me. I will show you how I've already set up one for this week. I just started this a few weeks ago. So like this is the current week, which I'm filming this before the week started, which is why it is empty. But again, it's not, I mean, you guys are probably looking at this being like, well, if you can make this work, why couldn't you make the vertical work? I don't know. It's just the way my brain functions. I like more of like the division between these versus the three. It's a smaller space to work with for my work. It's a smaller space to work with for my errands. So it's not as intimidating. And maybe I will grow to be able to love the vertical and switch back to it. I have quite a few vertical planners because I bought some for the disc. So then having the vertical layout is just the bonus. So I very well may go back to it. I do like decorating the teacher layout. I feel like it's a challenge and it's fun. So I'm going to try this for a few months. As you can see for this one, I do specifically break out each row for my needs. These are not going to be every week. Obviously work and important probably will be every week. Errands and chores, I may end up just using one or the other. And then as there are other needs in life, I might have like different categories. So that's kind of why it works for me. I do like to categorize things. And I think that's why this works over the vertical. Plus the lines are nice for those of us who don't always have the neatest handwriting. I still might use my boxes as a decorative element. But so far, this is working. So my catch-all is pretty much basic. I have this. I do have a chores section, which I bought an extension pack. I have not been utilizing this that much, but I do plan to do that as, you know, as far as spring cleaning is starting. So I plan to start that. So we shall see how this goes. I have like a budgeting section where I've been kind of keeping track of major spending, but not monthly budgeting. And then I have a project section. Again, this all came with the, I know this is like the homebody type style, so it might be a homebody extension pack. And then that brings us to my goals section, which I decided to put in with this planner because of how I'm going to be using it. So let's talk about what I was using for goals. So I had a dashboard planner. Let's see if I can find it. So I was using this. This is also an 18-month planner that started in July 2022 and goes through the end of this year. So I was using this last year, so I decided to kind of continue using this year for my goals planner. And the way I was using it was, which I have, you know, several plan with me's up to get more detail, but I was using like this spread would be for 2 goal categories. So like personal and professional. And then I whited out these and then just kind of broke it down. It was fine. But I couldn't really break down as much as I wanted to and kind of have like action plans. I just couldn't figure out how to make it all work because things were divided up. So I was trying to utilize what I had. So that's why I used the dashboard, because I had this and I wanted to go ahead and use it, but it just was not working. So I've decided to do 2 things. The first thing is to use some of the vertical layout to break down my action plans. This is going to get a little complicated. And again, there is a full plan with me video that I just posted on how I'm going to be doing this. So I'm not going to get too much into it. I just kind of want to give you a brief overview of what I'm doing. So what I did, this is not likely to be used, but I kind of Franken-planned the vertical and the hourly. Confused yet? Yes, you probably are. So with the hourly, you have this cool little set goals for the month section. So that's what I did. I'm still working on this because April has yet to start at the time that I'm filming this video, but I'm kind of using this. And then it comes into my vertical. And I really, really like this far. So what I did is I kind of put sections at the top. I just use stickers. Again, there's a plan with me video, so I will not get too deep into it. But I put my goal categories at the top, and then kind of my sub goals, or like my smaller goals within those categories, as well as some kind of like action plans within the columns. So again, some of these are not filled out because I just need to think on them a little bit more. I don't want to just rush to put stuff down just because it's almost the beginning of the month. So we shall see how that goes. But again, I had 10, so then that's why I used this. And then this is the second part of this sheet. Things to follow up on. I don't know exactly how I'm going to utilize this, but this is a very neat way to me to keep up with the goal. So I am going to utilize it. I don't think it's necessarily going to be things to follow up for. I think this is going to be more kind of action items. And then that brings us to the hourly. I will be doing a plan with me. It's probably going to be kind of over the course of a week, and then I'm gonna do one video that I'm gonna publish at the end of the week so you can see how to fill this out. But the reason why I wanted to do an hourly is because some of my goals I need to schedule because I'm not getting them done. And they're not major. It's like I need to get into my Duolingo app every single day so that way I can actually learn Spanish. And I'll get into those habits of doing it for like a whole week or a whole 2 weeks, and then I'll fall off. So I just need to write them down, and I definitely need to pencil them in at a time. I really do. So that way I can actually check them off every day. So when I was doing my goal planning prior, I was kind of setting what I wanted for the month, which was similar to this. This stuff is going to guide this. And obviously, all of these hours are not going to be filled out. And like 6 or 7 o'clock, that might not necessarily be 6 or 7 p.m. That might be, hey, what I want to do by bedtime. So, I mean, the hours are not specifically locked in. Probably in the morning, they probably are going to be more locked in. But for a lot of the things, it's just going to be like morning, evening, or midday and then night type thing. So I'm interested to see how this works. I hope it's not too overwhelming because I am adding almost another daily step in my planner lineup, but I think I need this. And I think I need this separate from my regular to-dos, because my regular to-dos is more of me scheduling something at the beginning of the week just to make sure that like doctor's appointments that I don't forget. This is almost going to be like daily task, which is going to be primarily goal related. Confused yet? I hope not. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it goes better, and hopefully it's not too overwhelming. All right. So that's that. Now I can clear all this stuff off my desk. Finally, and I do not have one of my planner covers. I don't know what I did with it. But this is my fitness and my wellness planners. 2 separate planners. And what I did is this changed at the beginning of March. And what changed was I was using the gratitude layout, and I thought I might have that somewhere, but I'm not sure that I do right now. I can show you because I'm using that one for my fitness currently. So the gratitude layout looks like this. So it's pretty much a vertical with a place for today's moods, and then it has like some shading down here for daily affirmations. I was using this for my wellness. And for wellness, I track moods, energy levels, symptoms. Those of you who watch my plan with me, y'all hear this spiel all the times. I'm sorry, but I know people that don't necessarily follow me for my plan with me do like to hear about the planner lineup. So I do have to repeat some of this. So this is the gratitude. It was not working for my wellness. I went to Ross and went down their like stationery aisle on a whim. and found this planner, which is the recovery layout. And as I spoke earlier when I was talking about my social media planner, I have a love of the dashboard, and the recovery is very, very similar to the dashboard. This looks almost identical, except you have your little mood things here. This is what is different, but it is perfect for me for my wellness planner. Now, this is all recovery focused, so all these prompts over here are focused on like some type of recovery in someone's life. So these don't necessarily apply to what I want to focus on when I'm talking about my wellness journey. So what I do each month, again, all of this is in more depth in my Plan With Me videos about my wellness planner, is I just white these out and use different prompts. And currently I'm using prompts like wins for the week, things like that. These are weekly reflections that are related to my overall wellness. So that is like, how was my sleep that week? How was my stress and anxiety that week? Things like that. And then over here, I obviously do use this for my moods. I also keep like a little section here where I write my energy levels. So I do my morning, my midday, and my evening energy levels. I kind of just write that right here. And then I will write any notes about stress and anxiety over here. And then I use this section, which is for daily gratitude. I cover this up, and I'm using this just to jot down symptoms. That's because I find that I don't have as many symptoms, but I do have some. And symptoms like migraines, upset stomach, joint or muscle aches, things like that are my symptoms. And if I need more space, I can write them here and then just do a general like summary here type thing. Over here, I've been writing down things that I want to focus on in the self-care realm. So I've been using this as like self-care to-dos. And then right here, I've just been using for decor. And then I do some habit trackers right here. So this is working great for me. I love it. I think I'm going to keep up with it. I don't know that this is going to change this year. This might stay the same throughout the year. And I'm excited to say that when I was looking through my planner stash, I have another one that I also picked up from Ross. This is an undated, so I'll use this next year. I'm not sure how popular these layouts are with the Happy Planner. Again, I picked these up from Ross. So I know that that's kind of where a lot of the older unpopular planners sometimes go. So I'm not sure. I'm hoping that this layout sticks around. I think it's great. It works for me. And at least I'll have it for the next year. And they do have this section in the back. So this is their currently page. And again, it has prompts here that I end up changing for my monthly reflections. So again, I'm using this for my wellness. And I will show you guys, I guess I could have done this a little bit earlier, but this is kind of what I'm doing for my wellness. I haven't jotted down my self-care things for this week yet, but it could be something simple as a relaxing bubble bath or, you know, something like that. So, you know, I'll have that here. I have 2 of my 3 habits already written down. Here are my prompts: sleeping pattern, energy trends, stress level, mood notes, and wins this week. As you see, here's my 3 bullet points for AM, midday, and PM energy levels. So this is how I'm kind of utilizing that. And as you can see here, I have reflections for the month, and I change it to sleep, mood, energy, stress, symptoms, and notes. These are pretty much the things that I've been tracking ever since last year. So it's just kind of like I do my weekly reflections here pretty much on these things, and then overall monthly reflections. And again, this can change as needed. Now, what I decided to do for fitness was go ahead and just use the gratitude. So I was using this for wellness. It wasn't working, but it is working pretty well for fitness. And instead of me explaining it, I'll just show you what I'm doing. So this is this coming week. I do my stickers that I created for my Apple Watch and for my macros here. And then I'm using my the mood tracking faces. I'm using that to check off how well I ate. Did I eat good, okay, or horrible that week? As far as balanced meals is kind of what I'm going for. And then this whole top area I'm using for workouts. So I do like a workout summary, and then this is some stuff, like this is the type of workout I do or the title of the workout. And these are like the weights I use or how many miles I walk, just kind of more in-depth information about my workouts. And then of course, you know, have my water thing. So I do like this layout for that, just because, let me see if I can pull, I'm going to do a flip through, but this was what I was using, which I was using the wellness layout. And it's how I didn't like having to break up my like in-depth information about my workouts down here and my actual workouts here. So everything just felt a little broken up. And I guess I could have maybe done that a little bit differently. I don't know. But I just like how this is so far. So I figured I'd use it. I think once I finish up with this layout at the end of this year, I do not have a spare gratitude layout. So I probably will just go back to the wellness or to the fitness layout because I have some of those. But right now this is fine. I think when it comes to my fitness, because I use a lot of boxes anyway, I think I can make anything work. So I was just kind of using this because I had it. And I don't know what else I would use this layout for. So that's why I said if it didn't work for wellness, it can work for my fitness. So that is that. The only other thing that I changed for fitness. Oh, this was another reason why I did do the gratitude. They have this at the beginning of every month for your gratitude. And I like this. And I figured I can use this for fitness. So I have my this is monthly milestones, but I'll just put a sticker here that says goals. And then it says this month's milestones. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, but then I'm going to do this weekly. So I'm going to do like weekly wins in the exercise department. And that could be something simple as I worked out every day this week or something like that. Or I did a personal record for the amount of weight I lifted. So I like this. And this is another reason why I actually did decide to switch this to the gratitude layout. So just looking ahead to next year, because I'm not planning on repurchasing this layout, I could always create something like this myself and just do an insert. I do have this fitness goal insert that I got off of Etsy, and I'm kind of using that. It is a little repetitive for what I'm doing here, but it's fine. I like it more for my fitness reflections at the end of the month. All right. So that is everything for my actual planners. I do want to give an honorable mention to my journal. So at one point I had considered putting this with my goals. So having a goals journal that had actual journaling sheets in there, but it didn't work. And I want this on my nightstand. This stays on my nightstand. I have a lot of guided journals, and I'm just going to show you guys this really quick. Basically, all I did was use dividers from Happy Notes notebooks. And this is pretty much, I can use this per week. What I did is I just pulled some pages out of random guided journals. So here's a few for the week. And then I saw these, I had these note pages. Let me see something. Yeah, I had these note pages. And I thought these were good because of how they're divided, is I can literally just do some freestyle journaling for each day. So I thought it was kind of good with the little blocked off colors. Again, I have some of this, and same thing with this one. So I just added different ones in here. And like I said, I use my note sheets. This is how it's supposed to be. I've already gone through some of those, but I have like 2 of these together, and then it starts with some different journals. So that way every week I'm using different actual guided journal prompts, so I'm not getting bored. So like one week I'll do this, and then the next week of the month I'll do this one, so and so forth. So it kind of helps me with the guided journals. Things can become a little stale. So me switching it up means I've already had them. Most of them I got on clearance, like really cheap, like $6 from Joann. So that's why I got them. And like the Happy Notes, the guided journals also come with really cute dividers, and I love having dividers. So that is that. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. And I do want to thank all of you who are already subscribed. I really, really do appreciate it. I also hope you enjoyed these planner lineup videos. Like I said, I go more in depth about these specific planners and how I'm using them in my Plan With Me videos for that specific planner type. I have several of those on my channel, as well as playlists, which are sorted by type. All right, guys, thank you again for taking time out of your day to spend with me. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.